Hi Libra, how are you doing? This is an interesting morning. I was thinking about Libra this last couple weeks, and I was thinking of my grandma, who I have never met. She was a Libra rising, a Libra sun, and a Libra moon. And I think she also had Mars in Libra and Venus in Libra. Or maybe it was like Venus and Sagittarius or something. But I think of her, and I think of the stories that I heard from my 3 uncles and my mother, who are the only ones who really got to know her. And even my mother was very young, but her impression of her towards the end of her life wasn't the best, because she was so into escaping. And I wouldn't usually say Libras are escape artists, but I also think that Libras sometimes want to intellectualize everything and get into their heads about everything and not face their emotions. She was a psychic. Like, I forgot what the name is of the type of psychic. Whoa, dogs. I forgot the name of the psychic ability when you're able to touch objects and get channeled messages from them. But I do believe that led her down a dark path in her life. She was married 3 times. She was constantly looking for love. She was also a singer, songwriter. She played piano beautifully. She was beautiful. She was tall, I believe like 5'10". I wouldn't know this all myself because I never got a chance to meet her, because she died when my mother was 14. But yeah, I don't think she wanted to face a lot of things in her life, and she also was just focused so much more on the other. And I mean, when you have extreme Libra in your chart, it could be hard. I think Libra moons have it hard as well, in that way, where they're just in their heads and she constantly was helping people. She was very funny. She would make jokes and tell stories and just stay up all night laughing with one of my uncles when they were younger. I believe that she was a good person who just lost herself a little too much in other people. But she would touch jewelry, scarves, other items from people who have passed, and she would channel messages. And one of my uncles believed that she could read minds, and that would send her in a spiral. So I wanted to start that off because Libra season is coming, but also I feel like it can be a little difficult for Libras. They, in their lower sides, can be a little too dependent on technology. I mean, not her, but nowadays I feel like it's all about the mind, right? So Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, for the living Libras, I should say, Sun, Moon, Rising for September 2025. Where are you at now? How are you doing? What is your current energy? What is your current energy, Libra? Libra. What does Spirit want to deliver to you this month? I love this community so much because we're all just here wanting to be seen and feel seen and feel like, okay, Libra. Maybe you're confused about something. Page of Cups, that is like a fresh perspective. A little young, a little naive. If you're here, I believe it's for a reason. Let's do more current energies. You are in your power with your money and your stability. You do have, it seems, what you need physically. I feel like you're a little bit in your heads though, especially if you're a Libra moon. You're forgetting about being in your body. I feel like this is important for you to be in your body. Especially you want to be in your body and more for your season, right? But this is a good chance right now to reflect in color, you know? King and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like, of course, you're thinking about a relationship. You're confused about a relationship, potentially. Or someone is confused about being in a relationship with you. Yet, you both have the stability you need. And it's about if you can come together. And you want to avoid this. I mean, tell me your past, Libra. What's your recent past? What's your recent past, Libra? And you know, time doesn't exist, so recent doesn't have to necessarily mean recent. It could just be on your mind. But what is a recent past for Libra? Potentially you had a new idea, but you're not sure. You're confused. If this, you don't know which path to take. And it seems, okay, so we have 8 of Wands. So there's a quick moving energy coming in. Maybe it's the eclipse energy. The world, Libra. So, what does the world mean to you? You have spent, or at least some of you have spent so much time being so independent and not wanting to focus on someone else because they cloud your mind. but something is coming to an end. And it could be you being alone that's coming to an end, or it could be a relationship, but I am feeling like, especially the solo lone wolf Libra. Whew. If you're a lone wolf Libra, man, I mean, relationships are scary and confusing sometimes. And that's like what Libras think about all the time, is relationships. Will this relationship work? You do have a quick moving energy, but let's clarify that. Oh, okay. So there may be some tower moments coming in to your season. But, you know, I actually love the Tower card because this is change that is necessary and needed and inevitable. Something is changing very, very fast. Let's clarify this Tower. What does this Tower mean for Libras this season, this Virgo season in September 2025? What's this Tower? What is this Tower season? This is getting Tower season. Of course, Judgment. Judgment, you guys. Who is being left behind? Who is being left behind? And who is coming with you on your new journey? Wow. Libras. What advice? I feel like, a fresh perspective is needed. You're looking at everything you've built and you're wondering, is it worth it? Did I invest all of this for this? Are you scared of the Tower happening? Because the more frightened you are, you don't want to be frightened. You don't want to be frightened anymore. Sometimes it helps to just feel the need to take a deep breath there. Maybe there's someone on your mind that's not your partner, or you have multiple suitors. Yeah, you are ready to... Something is changing and the universe is handing it to you. This is a new beginning. You're cutting something away of your life. It could be a person, it could be a situation, and it could be just you wanting this new life, but you're afraid. The Ace of Swords, to me, is always so fascinating. The truth is coming out, and the truth may be causing a lot of chaos, but this is necessary. Just speak your truth. Speak your truth in this relationship. I know you, like, your underlying energy, you're confused. But what is some advice besides speak your truth? What are some other advice for the Libra Sun, Moon, Rising? I mean, you got to speak your truth. I feel like the more you hold back, the more it drains you of your potential. Yeah, you're extremely worried that when you tell the truth, that it's going to just cause this conflict. But no matter what, change is going to happen. I feel like this month is a big month. You don't want to fight with anyone. You're tired of fighting. What's the outcome for Libra for September 2025? In the beginning of your season, Libra. The beginning of Libra season. Libra. I have a Venus in Libra. I get it. It's a lot of indecision all the time. It's hard. It's like one of those things you have to work through, right? This indecision. And you just sometimes just make a choice, because you're just going to keep going around and around and around and around in a circle if you don't make a choice. What's the outcome for Libra for September 2025? Aha! Emperor. Yep. You know? It all makes sense to me. Once you make a decision, you're stepping into full power. You know, do you ever realize that indecisiveness does not equate to power? Decisive people and clear action, clear direction in where you're going gives you clear power. So what do you want? What do you want? I always think of, like, you know, The Notebook. What do you want? Because Ryan Gosling in that, he was clearly an emperor. He's like, I have a clear direction. I want you. I want you. What do you want? And that is such a cliche, by the way, so cliche to say to Libra. What do you want? I don't know what I want. But I feel like by the end of this month, I'm very hopeful that you will have clear direction. After all this chaos, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know what to do. By the end of the month, you'll know what to do. And you'll be standing in your in your power. It could also be an Aries. I'm going to do the Aries reading next. Libra. I mean, I hope this helped inspire a little bit of something within you. But just know that some things are inevitable. There's something that's ending, clearly. Something, you've gotten what you wanted in the past. But something else needs to change. Something else needs to be cut away. And some people are going to be having to be left behind. And you also, it's just like, it's okay to just be a little naive and young, and have that fresh perspective. But a closed-minded Libra it's dangerous. It's dangerous for the world to be so closed-minded. Okay, Libra. Let's do some romance cards for you. Let's clearly, I mean, this I always want to say Libras equate to romance in all the aspects just because Libras like are relationships. But I know some of you are either coming into union or coming out of union. But either way, we'll pull cards for that, for a little bit more insight and advice. Oh yeah. And you know, get out of your head, because that just leads to more confusion. So Libra, what signs are coming in for you? I'm sipping a little coffee right now, by the way. Good morning, you know. Libra, what signs? I'm just gonna do singles and people in relationship for these cards specifically, but what signs are coming for you? Let's do another shuffle, and then I'll cut the deck and then pull a couple. And it could be you too. I mean, we'll see. Jupiter. So what, that's like Sagittarius, I believe. Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo. You could be dealing with all of these. You could be dealing with someone with Mars in Aquarius, Mars in Pisces, Mars in Sagittarius. Did I say that already? Mars in Leo. Sun and Mars in Pisces. All right. And we'll put these aside. And we will. Felt the need to do that. Yep, Aquarius. And let's do advice for single Libras. Single Libras. Ooh, yeah. Garden and Heart. Beautiful. These are beautiful cards. I highly recommend if you can get your hands on them. Heart. Garden. Okay. So, garden. Let's dip into it. Garden. Since ancient times, the garden has symbolized places associated with pleasure and carefree periods of life. In contemporary realities, the garden is connected with public places for leisure and entertainment. Everything related to relaxation and pleasant, informal communication, like the shopping center, the theaters, festivals, even an internet forum. This card describes everything that happens publicly in view of everyone. Okay. And then let's see what heart is, because you kind of have to read them together, right? So the heart is a symbol of love, passion, and emotions, and source of life. It's what we hold dear, what brings joy, and what we yearn for with all of our heart. It signifies viewing the world through the prism of feelings and abundance of experiences, sensuality, empathy, sentimentality. So I'm feeling like you're going to find love. Or you may have found it and you're going to commit, but I think it kind of goes with the prior poll, especially for the singles. You're coming, like there's the two doves here. You may be meeting at like an event, or maybe even committing officially at an event. And I love that. I love that so much for you. This is so good. My single Libras, you know, things are changing for good. And, you know, maybe a little dramatic. You know, Libras love that drama. I also am hearing that song. God, who does it? Oh, it's called Lightning by Sunlab or something. Sunlab? Lightning? I'll put it in the description later. All right, in a relationship, committed Libras. Committed Libras. What is your advice? What are we seeing? Whoa. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Kind of goes right along with the reading too. You may be cutting someone out. I'm pretty versed with the Seath. Let's see if we can get a little closer. The Seath. It's kind of like, you know, you're cutting away something. And you know what? Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're moving houses with your spouse. Maybe you guys live with other family members, and you want to move out. Maybe you're looking for a new home together, because this is a new home for sure. Like, this is a new sanctuary. But also you could be leaving someone and going to move somewhere else. Like, the man is literally ideal, you know? And you may be cutting ties off with him. You may be cutting ties off with... You may not want to leave him because you want sanctuary. Let's dive in a little more. Dun, 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 dun. The symbol is associated with cycles, reaping fruits, and dangerous situations when you have to walk on the edge of a blade. You have to be very careful with questions where this card falls. In most cases, this card cuts off or reduces something. So, yeah, it could be cutting things off with even a friend, family member, partner. In my mind, I feel like this is kind of like the Tower card. You know, there's something that's being reduced. You know, you may be cutting off someone. And again, changing your home. It could be for, you know, you may be cutting off a situation at home, you know, with like a father figure, a brother as well, a roommate. Something is changing with that, and this is kind of inevitable. So keep me posted on that and how that works out for you. I hope not. Of course, I mean, I root for love. I'm a lover. I love this dude, you know? I'm a lover girl. I just want everyone to be happy. And then last but not least, let's pull some animal symbols. Maybe that will be a sign for you this month if you see anything. Or, you know, if you, more synchronicities with this, if this will tell you you're in the right place. Yeah, of course the unicorn wants to come out, you know? Libras are unicorns. They're just like, At least the high vibrating Libras I know are so unicorn. It's like, how are you real? How are you real? How are you real? Let's get a couple more cards for the Libra. Ugh, I love Libras. Whales. Whales. I mean, not just any whale. It looks like a what, a blue whale or something. It's not necessarily, it's not a humpback, is it? Or is it a blue whale? I don't know. You can tell me. And you know, these creatures are so smart, and like they're like mythic as well, even though they're real. It's like, how are you real? You're huge. You're massive. Like, have you seen those videos online? It's insane. Raccoons. Scorpions. I mean, shit, I don't want any of you seeing Scorpios. I mean, wow. I don't want you seeing any scorpions in real life. For some reason, I feel the urge to pull some more. A lion. Yeah. I like how these two are kind of veering off this way, and these two are veering off this way, and this raccoon's kind of like head on. Yeah. I mean, Lion King. I love the Lion King soundtrack, like the old one. I'm kind of obsessed. I used to have the cassette. Raccoons. I feel like raccoons are a little misunderstood. And so are unicorns even. But I feel like by the end of this month, you may be coming off as a Scorpio. You may have Scorpio in your chart as well, by the way, or Leo. But you may have to enable or enact some, Scorpio season could be very interesting, because it all leads out with bright light. So let me know if any of these symbols mean anything to you, because I love animals and we're in Virgo season, so I felt like it was so appropriate. But yeah, I mean, when I think of lions, I think of family. When I think of Scorpion, I think of don't F with me. When I think of raccoons, I'm like, they are menaces, but they're really cute. I love, and by the way, do you see this, like, on the unicorn is like rainbow, and I'm obsessed with it. I love colors. I love beauty. You know, if I happen to get lucky enough to have any beautiful Libras love this video without the beauty of it all, you know, I would be very grateful. But either way, Libras, I love you so much. Please, you got this, okay? And I'll see you for your season next month.